Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our EC save, and today we're taking on Peterborough in the last game of the season. Before we get started, of course, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And I need your help. Basically, I don't know what I'm going to do. Tactically wise, I'm just a bit lost on where I go from here. I've tried moving things around again to try and get us winning. It's not really worked. We got a win against MK Dons following our loss against Sheffield Wednesday. We then lost to Stoke, then a win against Barnsley, then a win against Charlton, but then it just went wrong again. 4-0 loss to Hull, who was in the relegation zone, which was dreadful. And then a 2-0 loss to West Brom. A 2-2 draw against Luton was okay, but then a 3-0 loss and a 2-1 loss following that. And then we've just played Blackburn in a 0-0 draw. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of thinking just to scrap it all and go completely basic because I just don't know anymore. I'm just very not sure. Let's just clean slate it, and yeah, I'm in a position where I don't know what to do. So what we'll do is we'll go 4-4-2 classic. It's kind of last game of the season. We have dropped down to 18th. Peterborough are safe, so there's no worries there. It's just a bit of a game to just see how we do. I mean, we were up to 12th, and we're not that far off. We're only 13 points off of a playoff place. I know that's a lot, but it's also not that much when you think about it. It's all very condensed there. Obviously, won't be getting that this season. But we've got a lot of players that will be joining us in the summer. But then what I'm thinking is we don't spend money on players. We've got to think long term. We've got to think youth. So obviously I have already previously requested something from the board. Finances wise, we are in a bit of debt. But at the end of the season, we should get a bit of money and everything. And that should all come through. Youth facilities improvements have been complete. So that's absolutely what we want. You've got the more facilities improved and youth levels. So I think that's where we're going to have to go. So what we will probably end up doing is skipping through seasons very quickly now until we start getting a bit of a fight on, and that's when we can obviously show you a few more games. I don't want to be showing you the same stuff over and over again if it is just going to be the same thing of us kind of fighting for mid-table and seeing how it goes. It might get to a stage where I think it's not worth carrying on with the save, but I'm still hoping that we can get to the Prem and see how well we can do. But we'll see how things go. But let's I guess we just jump into today's game, really. There's not much else to tell you about. Let me know in the comments of any ideas. Oh, that's my mic's going all over the shop. Yeah, let me know of any ideas you've got for tactic, how we should play. I'm not entirely sure what we should do. But yeah, let's go fullback support on them. Normal central defender. We'll just normal goalkeeping. A winger, because that's what they should be on either side, shouldn't they, in a 4-4-2, I guess. And then centre midfield support. And then up top, I guess we go advanced forward and deep line forward, maybe. Yeah, let's do that, and we'll go balance. And I'll quick pick. Let my assistant do it because Paul can decide. So looks like we're going Okonkwo in goal, Connolly at right back, Fagan Walcott at centre half with O'Connor, Sukalo at left back, then Mark Tyne on the right, Arango at the left, Ramsey in the midfield with Jozanovic, and Stefancic and Huertas up top. And in fact, what we'll do is we'll bring Danny Rios on, actually, for to play in goal for this one. So lots of players there that have gone. One thing that I didn't mention in the last episode, but I was updating you after the transfers, obviously our two loanees, Henley and Steplin, I think his name was. I can't remember now because it's so long ago. They've both went back to Chelsea because it was only a 6-month loan deal. I tried to keep them around because they were obviously part of the reason why we were doing so well. But unfortunately, Christopher Larkin, there you go. But unfortunately, they didn't want to come join us again on loan. I think they were a little bit too good for us. So, that happened. But yeah, I'm hoping, if today we can show that we've got a bit of something about us, that'd be great. And we can just go from there, really. We just got to see how it goes. 4-4-2, going back to basics, old school, what we've played before. That's kind of what got us to where we are now. So, maybe it's best we go back to our roots. But it is a Barlow taking the corner for Peterborough. Headed down. I mean, it's off the post. Whelan shot is cleared by Sukalo in the end. And we kind of get away with one a bit there. We've had 2 shots, which is good. And we've gone above Luton. Oh, it's going to be... I'm a little disheartened, let's say. So Peterborough looking to come forward now. Hannah turns, plays it over the top to Knight, who volleys it straight in the net. Rios, not great positioning for that goal. He's not put himself in a great light there. I mean, it's a lovely volley for him to keep it down, but not great otherwise. We'll go up to positive because obviously we're 1-0 down now. We've got to go try and get something out of this. Dewsbury Hall found Hannah, who turned and just a dink over the top found Knight. It looks pretty central, and Rios still doesn't manage to get anywhere near it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me being a bit harsh, but yeah, there you go. We drop down, they go up. But Ramsey, ball over the top. Stefancic isn't able to get onto the end of that, and it will be Peterborough now coming forward again. Barlow out wide to Godwin Malif, who's coming down the right-hand side. He plays it back to Dewsbury Hall, finds Smodix in the middle, then turns, finds Hannah, who I'm sure would love to play another ball over to Knight for him to volley it in. Knight this time, could he replicate that for Hannah though? No, plays back to Francois, and it does go wide of the target. Ends up in the crowd, in the stands. In our fans, not even Peterborough's. He's trying to decapitate someone out there. Yeah, but still 1-0. So it is the second half, and we have made one change. Josh Hare coming on from Callum Connolly. I just thought Josh Hare's a little bit more attacking. He's got a decent ball in from crosses, so I'm hoping that might assist us here. But it's a good effort, and Rios does well to get across to that one. Maybe makes up for the dodgy attempt at making a save earlier from their goal. But Barlow's corner fires it into the near post. Humphreys, Rios again saves it, but it goes in, falls to Sammy Smodix. And that is number 2 for Peterborough. It's really not been our season, this one, I don't think. We started off so well, and it's just plummeted. I just don't know what's happened. I think maybe I changed something and it didn't work, and from that I've just panicked a little bit and got a bit frustrated. But off the post this time by Hannah, goes out for what looks like a goal kick. So we need to make something happen. What can Rios do? He goes long, does reach forward. Hurtas isn't going to win that. And it does come to Knight, who looks to play through Hannah, but Rios gets onto the end of that one once again. And we go again. We've got plenty of time to get back in this. And the ball straight over the top of Stefancic. He nods it back down to Huertas. He takes it round the defender, who shoots from long range, goes over the bar in the end. But, I mean, that's a bit of something. A bit more exciting, a bit more energy from the boys. I like to see that. We just got to see if we can continue with that. Keep it going. So throw in. Ramsey receives it, plays it back to O'Connor, then back up to Ramsey. Inside to Jozanovic, who will be leaving at the end of the season. And I can't imagine we'll be getting him loaned back in. Then Smodix, again, receives the ball. Can he turn? He does. Looks to find it through to Hannah, but Fagan Walcott is able to get onto the end of that. And we go again. O'Connor back to Rios, who's got plenty of time there to keep the ball. Into Fagan Walcott again, who looks forward. It is headed away by Whelan. Now Smodix again gets that ball, and it's his turn to move them forward. Back to Chambers, then fires it across to Smodix, who's through on goal. Can he finish? No, he has to turn back. We've done well to hold him up, but the danger is not gone just yet. Well cut out initially, but falls to Chambers, who plays it back to Knight, just lifts it over the bar. I mean, in 3 minutes, there's been shots at either end, and it's pretty intense, that's for sure. You can see we have been playing Tyne a little bit further forward. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he shouldn't be playing so far forward, and that's the problem. I mean, he's playing a 6.2, so it's not great, is it? But we've got no one else to play out there. Yeah. What do I do then? What are we thinking? What are we thinking, guys? Let's take Stefancic off, put Hudlin on, make him a target forward and make you a poacher, Huertas, and see if that does anything. Stefancic, though, on the ball as the ball was cleared. Half an hour to go in the game. Stefancic is looking to drive forward with the ball. Can he look to find a ball into the box? He does look backwards. I mean, it does find Ramsey, who does well to win the header. And then Arango, back to Ramsey again. I mean, we're keeping the ball quite nicely, but that's about it. Stefan O'Connor plays it out wide to Sucalo. Then Arango once again. He looks inside, crosses. Tyne gets it down. He might have a go at crossing it in or tucking it back to Hare, who could get the ball in. It's into Huertas, but headed clear. And we come forward again. They're not clearing it completely. Sucalo into Ramsey. Then Arango turns, shoots. It is ricocheting off the defender, going out for a goal kick. Well, that was a bit of a shock. As the clock starts to tick down, then it is 10 minutes to go. We have made one more change. Conway coming on for Arango. And I think one thing we definitely need to do is get Arango further up the pitch. He hasn't been as influential with us playing deeper wingers, so that's certainly something to change. But Conway does flick it on into Carl Hudlin. Huertas receives it again, though, and Conway will look again to get the ball in. Does find Huertas, but it is headed away. And now Fagan Walcott on the edge. Can he look to find anything? No, he can't. Unfortunately not. It looks more and more likely that it may come down to the end for us here now. And we might have to finish things off. With 4 minutes added time, it's looking less and less likely for the win. But in the end, 18th place, we'll take it. It's not relegation. That's the key thing. Next year, like you say, I don't think I'm going to look to sign players, basically. Throughout the next year, as of the 1st of July onwards, that'll be it. I won't be making any bids for anyone unless there's a gem out there. Because I think that's part of my problem. There's a lot of turnover, and we need to kind of steady the ship a bit. So let's say that. I mean, hierarchy-wise, it's kind of what you'd expect. O'Connor and Magoma up top. Some of the boys that have been here a while. I mean, most of them support me. Tyne and Sparks are a little bit off me, but that's about it. Sucalo and Sutherland aren't in any groups. There's 3 groups going on, which is a bit of a not great, but I don't need to have a team meeting with her. We'll get to the season review, and then we can see how things go and what the plan is for next season, really. Here we are then at the end of season review. Let's try and take a positive look at this. I've just realised I've been very miserable in today's episode about it all. So Quentin Stepe was our top goal scorer this season. Obviously the board are very delighted that we haven't been relegated, which I would be as well. FA Cup run, 4th round, reached the 4th round. That's what we wanted. We'll take it. And 3rd round, we've reached the 3rd round. Again, we will take that every day of the week. Moments to remember, 5-2 win against Sunderland was biggest win. Match to remember was 3-0 win against Derby. And goal of the season was Elliott in our 4-3 win against MK Dons. What a game that was, though. I mean, crazy win. Otherwise, reputation has stayed the same. Sponsorship's gone up and down. Broadcasting, competition prize money's well, it looks about the same, but otherwise looking pretty positive. 318 merchandise sold, £1,000 worth of merchandise sold, and non-domestic sales amounting to 31.81. So we got a few more shirt sales abroad. Tyne, Conway, Arango, Stepe, and Elliott are the ones that have been kind of picked up there. Our best 11. Well, I mean, the fact that Carl Hudlin has come in and he's sat up top there kind of shows how poor we've been. Hudlin, Stefancic, Stepe, Jozanovic, Ramsey and Mendy, Tyne, Magoma, Amol and Sucalo, and a Okonkwo in goal. So it's a bit of a shame, really. But, hey, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Fans player of the season, Christian Magoma again. I mean, I don't think he's ever not. Quentin Stepe, though, was signing and young player of the season. Goal of the season went to Elliott, as we saw. Top goal scorer, we know. Most assists was Stefancic. Magoma got most player of the match awards. And then he also got highest average rating and passes completed. And Jozanovic got the well, it helped us bring in our most valued player. So 7.33 million was the transfer fee for that one. No competition awards for us, but there you go. That will be it. We will leave it there. And next season, we'll see how things have gone in pre-season. We'll take a look at all the players. I'm going to have to try and do a thorough pre-season, really pick out some players and see what we can do. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know of any ideas you've got for me for tactics-wise down below with the team that's... We're doing better than we should do, but I want to try and take them to the next level. What kind of ideas have you got? I'm thinking we focus to try and develop the club rather than just bringing in players and rotating them a lot. But let me know so we can get some youth players in. Because speaking of youth players, we have got a few that have come in who look like they could be okay. Like Lewis Blanchard. He looks like he could be decent, right? He's come through our academy. He looks like he could be a bit of flair, which is nice. Passing's good. So play maybe in that advanced playmaker role or a deep line forward. I think he could become something nice. And then you've got Casper Nielsen as well, who's another one who's... I mean, he doesn't have as nice a stats, but he's still got the stars and he's still got a lot of improvement in the future. So... this is what I mean. Maybe this is where the route we go down. Maybe we look at trying to develop players rather than signing them from other clubs. We've got good development already. But we'll have to see. And I'll try and loan out a bunch of players. Because one thing I didn't really think about was the fact that our under-23s don't actually have competitive games. They only play friendlies. And that can't be good, right? That's never going to be good for a player to just be playing friendlies because there's nothing in there for him to try and win. But there you go. We'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, as I said, and I will catch you in the next one.